everybody, it's TMIKA. Do you remember a video or two that I did with two microphones and I had to do the voiceover? Well, during the course of those 2 days, I recorded 5 videos. This is video number 3. There's one more video and I'm deleting the 5th one. So bear with me while I do this voiceover for my girl Tiffany, who is the creator and the hostess of the Facebook channel Coffee, Cake, and Crafting. She always participates in my swap, and I wanted to participate in a few of hers. So I chose to do her recent Penpal swap. So what you had to do for the Penpal card kit. So what you had to do was essentially create a sample card, a completed sample card, and then make that kit to create 4 of those cards for your recipient. We were put in groups of 3, so we had to create 2 kits of 4 cards. The cards had to include 4 card bases, 4 envelopes, 2 layers per card, 2 elements per card, 1 sentiment per card. You had to include bling per card, goodie that correlates with the card, and then there was a series of 6 questions that you had to answer for your currently. So I'm going to share with you guys what I did, what I used. So if you aren't aware of Coffee, Cake, and Crafting, it is a awesome site to swap for new swappers or newbie swappers. She does a lot of them. There are a lot of hostesses at the same time, so you usually can catch something. I'll put the link down below in the description box for her. So here I'm just going to share with you some of the items that I used, or most of the items that I used, because I know that newbie people who are in this swap will be watching. So I want to make sure I try to explain everything that I am using. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you the items now. The first thing I'm using, of course, is a 110-pound weight cardstock. You can get this at Walmart by Georgia Pacific. You can get it at Michael's by Recollections. Sturdy cardstock base is very important. I'm using some paper, wrapping paper from Hobby Lobby. I caught this on sale. It's a copper paper. You have to fuss with it a little bit to lay it down, but it's a beautiful shine and addition to your projects. I am using some Memento ink. I just stamped one thing, but Memento ink is my favorite go-to. I'm using the blush paper collection. I had 4 paper pads of this, guys. So I am down to just this little pack. And it's a combination of all the leftovers. And then a tip is to put everything up in one bag so you can know what you have left instead of having multiple pads. Plus that leftover wrapping paper to add. I'm using a polka dot embossing folder. That was by Doris. An EK Success ticket punch. I'm also using a flower punch. I think it's EK Success as well. Any flower punch will do. I'm using some coordinating washi tape. That's perfect for that blush collection. And then I'm just going to use some dies from my stash. You have to have 2 die cuts, so I hope I'm creating a little loophole here by doing 2 different feather die cuts. And then I'm using some flowers die cuts. My sentiment will be hello. This rectangle I'll use to put my currently on. And that cute little garnish of bling that I received as a gift in a swap. I'm also using this little bag. I get these little trinkets from Amazon. It's a spray bottle, so my coordinating item is to shimmer the front of your card like I did my sample, and it's a tiny little way to share your homemade shimmer mist or whatever you want to put, so when they're done with their card they just mist it with the spray. I'm using some self-adhesive pearl dots in that beautiful color, and finally these adhesive label pockets that I get from Target. I just use that to put my card and my currently in on the back of the card set. So this is how it turned out. I think it turned out absolutely beautiful. I love this card set. I don't do too many cards, but I really love how this turned out, how I packaged it. I created a A2 size envelope and box. The top is made out of acetate. The bottom is made out of cardstock. And as you can see, I used the rest of that wrapping paper as my topper. I just wanted to be simple and elegant. She wanted to have crisp, clean cards, nothing just over the top. So all I did was do those flower dies in the blush collection and added it to the top. My goodie is in there, And then I added the spritz on the back. You guys can see right in the middle there, the spritz, and it's on the back of the packaging. So those two are for the recipients. So let me go over what actually is inside the one that I made for the hostess. So I just packaged her up some goodies in some wrapping paper and some clear bag. That's the little stamp that I used, goodies Happy Mail I got from Auntie Allie, and I used my little Memento ink to punch that so she can know that belongs to her. Just some hostess goodies. And this is the box. So I end up putting that little, that's the acetate. I made it apparent, apparently I needed to tell you guys again that I use acetate. The link for that will be downstairs in the description box. Not downstairs, just in the description box. So I punched out the little blush paper using that square die or that rectangle die. And these are the questions that you had to answer. Our favorite movie is Dirty Dancing it's 3 major ones that's up there. Favorite TV show is Girlfriends, Old School Girlfriends. My favorite character is Betty Boop. My favorite style is shabby chic. A local event that I love to enjoy is food trucks. And something optional, I am animated. I talk with my hands. I speak a lot with my hands, as I'm showing you there in the video. Currently, book that I'm reading is Let Me Please You. I'm currently watching all the football that I can get my hands on. And a future project that does not have to be craft related that I'm working on is a desk caddy for my scrap desk. So that's the questions that we had to answer. So I just printed that out in some blue ink and put it on the back of put it on white cardstock and put it on the back of that coordinating blush paper collection, which I will stick in the pocket along with my card. So I packaged up my sample card individually, and that's how it turned out. So pretty. Just a beautiful card base. I embossed that first layer. You can see that copper sticking out, and those feathers I strategically placed on parts of the paper to make them have the designs that they have. The washi tape is layered on another piece of cardstock because for some reason she has to deal with naked cards on the inside. I don't know. Tiffany, she's crazy. And then I die cut that hello with that same copper wrapping paper. Added the little pop dots around the edges. And that's it. The feathers speak for themselves. The simple hello. It's clean. It's crisp. It's just how she likes it. So that's what I did with that. So I'm going to wrap that back up. And to mention, I punched a little flower punch. And that's designed to be on the front of the envelope. Just as a little design element. So I put that separately in a clear bag. So essentially the recipient gets 5 cards. 4 you make on your own, and then you have the one that I created for you. So this is how the kit is set up. Those are my card bases cut at A2 size, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I'm layering, I tried to press down that copper. I used an iron and tried to make it as flat as possible, but I'm going to wedge it in between my inside. Those are the inside card bases. I've already added the washi tape to them. A tip is to roll the washi tape over the edge so it doesn't cut off and it looks cleaner. So just go a little bit extra, roll it over to the back, and then lay your paper down. It looks a lot cleaner. I'm going to wedge it so that maybe during shipping that wrapping paper will flatten. And then a 1/4 inch down, I sized the layer for the top, the copper paper. So then a 1/4 inch down from that, I embossed that layer so that it could just be a progressive 1/4 inch down, decrease in every element. The envelopes, I use my Silhouette Cameo to cut out the envelopes with a little cute little design. I'll put the file ID down in the description box, not downstairs. So I just packaged those paper elements all together in a clear bag so they can be by themselves. So that goes at the bottom, all the stuff that you need. So now we're going to move on to the elements that go on top of the card, and I packaged those separately so that, you know, they just kind of don't get bent or just stay as crisp as they can. So each card needs 3 different die cuts, and there's 4 cards, so there's 12 die cuts in there. And like I said, I strategically placed the feather on the part of the paper that I wanted to have it, so it looks like it's gold or copper dipped. And then you have the stripes with the blue copper to bring out the blue, and then the polka dots copper paper. Everyone has the amount of beads and then the flower punches that they need to put on top of the envelope and to decorate the card. And then I die cut the word hello, the sentiment, 4 times as well. Let's put that separately because those are delicate. So you want to either run that through some type of sticky machine or use some spray adhesive on the back because it's a fine die cut, but it just looks beautiful and I had to use it. So that goes on top of there, and I put the sample card, and then I added the acetate topper. I believe I have a tutorial on how to make this box. If I find it, I'll put it down in the description box. So I used some twine to close everything up. That little, you see the little twine there, and then you can see here the finishing touch I added with a clear bag. It's my homemade shimmer spray, and that is my coordinating element that she wanted. And all you have to do is, I mean, there's a lot of sprays you can get out of that, but you just have to wisp, do a quick wisp on the front of your cards to get the shimmer that I had on my sample. So that's it for the card set. That's how everything turned out. I hope you guys will check out Coffee Cake and Crafting. Like this video if you like it, and leave a comment and let me know what you guys think. This will be a great gift idea. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.